Hello everyone, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen, and welcome to another edition of Wolfkeen Talks. I'm going to say this right now, you've probably already read the title and all that stuff. This is probably a subject that not everyone is going to want to listen to me talk about, and this is probably not a subject that you're probably not going to want to hear me talk about. So here's what I'm going to do for you. If you want to go straight to the updates, like videos I'm going to be uploading this week and stuff like that, just click right here. There should be an annotation. Right here should be an annotation that will allow you to skip all the way to the part where, my updates are. So if you don't want to hear me talk about this subject, there you go. Just click the annotation. It'll skip you right there. Alright, with that out of the way, now we can get started. So, you've probably read the title at this point, and you probably know what I'm talking about if you have followed my Twitter and my Facebook feeds. For a while, I've been showing that I am a brony. I've been showing in my videos, in jokes, and in other stuff like that, that I am a brony. That I watch My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And honestly, I can consider My Little Pony Friendship is Magic as one of my favorite shows right now. Yeah, rivaling some of my other favorite animated shows like Avatar, The Last Airbender, and stuff like that. It's very hard for me to like an animated... actually, I love animated stuff, but let me explain. I haven't really liked too much animated shows lately because I just feel like they're going completely off the deep end in many areas, which is somewhat true. So, now I know y'all been asking this for a while, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been wondering this for a while. When and how did I become a brony? Well, I guess I better start from the beginning. This may be a long video, but that's why I gave you the annotation at the beginning. So if you want to hear my story, well, I'm glad you're here. Anyways, let's start it off. I think My Little Pony Friendship is Magic aired in like 2010. It was made by Lauren Faust. Lauren Faust, if you know, is the maker of Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, both of which ran for very successful seasons and ran for very long periods of time, which is, which is really good. I mean, if you think about it, that Powerpuff Girls ran for a good amount of time, and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends ran for a good amount of time. Like, both shows ran for a good amount of time. So, Lauren Faust had this idea of rebooting the 1980s My Little Pony show with, some new ideas, some new stuff, and yada, yada, yada. So, of course, we got the new My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which is the 4th generation of My Little Pony. I didn't hear about it until maybe a few weeks after 2010. Like, near the end of 2010, that was when My Little Pony aired, and I heard about it at the end of 2010. I watched, like, a couple of videos on it, but I didn't really get into it or anything like that. I didn't watch, like, full episodes or anything like that. I was mainly looking at memes and stuff like that, because there were a couple of memes at the time, but nothing really, like, insane like in 2011. Now, in 2011, I went to a live stream, and I went to my friend's live stream, Rob West. Rob West is a Twilight Princess speedrunner, and I'm actually a supporter of his. So I went to his live stream, and basically what happened was everybody in the live stream was telling me, "Oh my God, you need to go check out My Little Pony. You need to go watch My Little Pony," and stuff like that. And everybody was just pressuring me to go watch My Little Pony. I'm like, why do I want to watch a show called My Little Pony? Like, honestly, why? Why? And so they decided to peer pressure me as well as do something drastic to me. Not only did everyone in the chat, including Rob West himself, tell me to go watch it, but one of the admins in the channel banned me until I watched an episode of My Little Pony. And I'm friends with him on Skype. So he told me, as soon as I watch an episode of My Little Pony and I tell him about one of these episodes, he will unban me and let me come and let me chat in the, in the live stream. I found that as a real jerk move in many cases, but after he did that, I just decided, screw it, I'll go watch My Little Pony. The thing about me is that I give everything, and I mean everything, games, movies, books, etc., 3 chances to impress me. The 3-strike rule? Well, that's what I have for everything. So, the first episode I caught of My Little Pony was Suited for Success, which was a Season 1 episode. Oh my god. I hated that episode when I first watched it. I mean, I have a better appreciation for it now that I know everything about it and, I'm more in an analytical kind of style. But when I first watched it, I was like, oh, this is so girly! It's a fashion show and stuff like that. Like, I was like, no! Like, just going nuts. Like, why am I watching this? The second episode was Bridal Gossip, which a lot of people can vouch for me on this one, is probably one of the roughest episodes to talk about. Because a lot of people, like Mysterious Mr. Enter, Voice of Reason, and other stuff like that, absolutely hate Bridal Gossip. And I can see why they hate Bridal Gossip. Hell, when I watched it, I freaking hated it. It was, it's just like... You know the story of someone new coming to town and everybody alienated that person because they don't know who that person is and then coming up with all these rumors and stuff like that? Yeah, that's exactly what happened in this episode. And it was so cliched that I was just like, no. I was just like not enjoying myself. So finally, I caught a third episode, which was Fall Weather Friends. I sold myself. If I didn't like this episode, I'm done. I said, if I didn't like this episode, I'm done. I'm not watching any more of this. And thank Christ, Fall Weather Friends was actually a good episode in many cases. I'll give you a clip note so I don't have to explain everything. But basically, two of the ponies in the episode, Rainbow Dash and Applejack, are basically competing against each other. Like, they're trying to figure out who is, as they call it, the Iron Pony. Yes, there are plenty of those kind of puns and stuff like that. Shut up. But they wanted to find out who was the Iron Pony, and so they went against each other in multiple competitions. From barrel weaving to lasso roping and other stuff like that. The reason why this episode resonated so well with me is because it reminded me of the competitions that I had with my friend Jesus, also known as Doomdabis. Me and Jesus, when we were teenagers, we were always competing against each other in like every game we could. In Halo, in like Mortal Kombat, and other stuff like that. We were always competing against each other, and we were always like smack-talking each other, talking ill of one another, throwing jokes at the other. Like, that was what me and Jesus were like, and that was exactly what was going on between Rainbow Dash and Applejack. And hell, at one point in the episode, both Rainbow Dash and Applejack begin to cheat. That is exactly what me and Jesus did at one point. Remember, we're teenagers, so we cheated a couple of times against each other. Like, we began to cheat against each other and other stuff like that. It was like pandemonium when me and Jesus were playing games together. That's why Fall Weather Friends resonated so well with me, because it reminded me of my rivalries with Jesus that I used to have. And you can, dude, if you want me, if you think I'm lying, go ask my friend Doomdabis. Go ask him. Go ask Jesus. Go ask him. He has a YouTube channel. It's in my favorite YouTube channels area. Go ask him, and he will tell you the same exact thing that I am telling you. So after I watched Fall Weather Friends, I was like, this is actually a good episode. And I was like, you know what? I'll watch the entire series. So I went on YouTube, and lucky for me, there was actually a channel who had My Little Pony episodes, like full HD 1080p My Little Pony episodes. And these episodes, I won't lie, the first few episodes were a bit but once you actually start getting into it, it actually gets good. Like, some of the episodes are good. Like I said, Fall Weather Friends is one of my favorite episodes. Call of the Cutie was a good episode in many cases. Like, there were a lot of good episodes in Season 1, but My Little Pony didn't, okay, Season 1 was basically the kick off the ground. Season 2 was the launch off of the freaking pad. I'm not even kidding. That's what it was. A lot of people say that it kind of lost steam in Season 3, but with the way Season 4 is going, it's looking like it's picking back up. So honestly, that's how I became a Brony. Like, I was peer-pressured and forced into watching it, and I'm glad I did, because I like this show, and Okay, now let's get into the next one. Why do I like the show? The thing with me is that I'm an animation lover. I'm a big fan of animation. I would love to get into animation, but I'm not smart enough on computers to do it. Trust me, I took computer science classes. I'm not very good. So honestly, animation was completely out my element. Basically, I loved animation because I grew up with like movies like the Disney Pixar days. I grew up with a lot of those old school animation movies like Lion King, Mulan, damn it, Hunchback of Notre Dame. There's so many movies from back then that I don't remember because I haven't watched Hercules and other stuff like that. There's so many movies from that day and age that I don't remember, but yeah, I was an animation lover, and I loved animation back then, and I still do today. Like, I still like current Disney movies like Finding Nemo and stuff like that. I just recently saw Brave. And, other movies like that. And I also saw Hotel Transylvania, if I'm saying it correctly. Funniest movie I've ever seen in my life. Go watch it, but I digress. That's one reason why I watched My Little Pony, because I'm an animation lover, and the animation in My Little Pony is very fluid, like really good. Like if you look at the old school My Little Pony, you'd be like, because it has choppy animation, it's very stilted at times, and it just doesn't flow. Like come on, cartoons from the '90s actually had good animation at times. Hell, freaking Arthur had better animation than My Little Pony before Generation 4. And that was a children's learning show. Do I really need to say anything else beyond that? But anyways, that was one reason I liked it. That's one reason why I like My Little Pony, the animation. The second reason I like it is how it breaks stereotypes. No lie, all of the characters in My Little Pony are a stereotype. But they put a new spin on the stereotype. Like, one of the most aggravating stereotypes that I don't like, especially in anime, is the never say never, the never quit, the never give up stereotype. I hate these stereotypes because it almost makes them seem like they have no weakness. It almost makes them seem like they have no weakness whatsoever. And it just makes them, I don't know. I've never met a person who's like that. Yes, I'm a person that never gives up, but I know my limits. These people never quit, never give up, no. Like Naruto is like the person has no limit. It's like the person has no limit. Like, where's the limit? I'm not trying to bash on Naruto because I haven't watched it in a while, so please don't take that the wrong way. I watched before the Shippuden series, so give me a break. That's where some of the characters have some of the stereotypes. They actually break these stereotypes and have a good spin on these stereotypes. And they actually have good stories to these stereotypes in some cases. So yeah, the show does break stereotypes. Hell, they've broken a lot of stereotypes hell, even in Equestria Girls, which a lot of people try to say it's a bad movie. I don't. I like it. I don't love the movie. I just like it. But, come on guys. We can agree that Equestria Girls did break some stereotypes. Not a lot, but enough. But, yeah, that's another thing I like about My Little Pony, because they break stereotypes. The third reason why I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. The characters. The main six, yes, I said that. They are very colorful, both literally and figuratively. Don't ask. They're very colorful in personality, and they're very colorful in their stories. I mean, I guess I might as well name all the characters. Like I said, if you wanted to skip all this, you would have already. Yeah, I can name all six of them from the top of my head. I haven't watched in a while, that's to be honest. Wait, yes I have. What am I saying? Shut up! Alright, one of my favorites is Pinkie Pie. A lot of people were like, oh, Pinkie Pie. Guys, Pinkie Pie is really one of the funniest characters I've ever seen in my life. As a matter of fact, she breaks the fourth wall almost as much as Deadpool. I mean, if you've seen any episodes of My Little Pony where Pinkie Pie breaks the fourth wall and stuff like that, yeah, she's like this very zany, very off-the-wall character, but she does have some degree of common sense. Like, she does have some common sense, she does have some basic logic at times. So it's not like she's completely out there like some other kooky characters. The other one is Applejack. Applejack is my least favorite of the characters. Basically, she's a a Southerner who lives on a farm, who lives and works on an apple orchard. Yes, stereotype. I know, but I said this already, so you already knew what we were getting into. Applejack's not really one of my favorite characters, mainly because I don't like her personality-wise. Granted, I do like her pride, and I do like her connection to family. Like, she has an insane good connection to family, and she puts family above anything else in her life. That is something I can relate to because everyone knows me. My family is my first priority in anything. If something happened to one of my family relatives, I would be there in a heartbeat. So that's one area I could relate to Applejack, which is why she's not the worst in my opinion. The next one is Rarity. Rarity is my least favorite of the members. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Rarity. Like, okay, at the beginning when I watched Season 1, I despised her. But as Season 2, Season 3, and now Season 4 have come around, I don't hate her. I actually like her a lot, but I just don't like her enough to put her, any higher. She's my least favorite. Rarity is into fashion. She owns a fashion boutique, and she's that's her style, and she's supposed to be about generosity and stuff like that. That's something I forgot to mention. The 6 elements that they show in the show. Okay, Pinkie Pie is laughter, Applejack is honesty, and Rarity is generosity. A lot of people try to say, "Oh, Rarity's not generous. She's very greedy in many situations." Just because you say you're the element of generosity doesn't mean you're generous all the freaking time. Seriously. To all those people who say they say nothing but the truth all the freaking time, you're lying. You've told at least one lie in your life. Or have told a half-truth. Well, with Rarity, yes, she's greedy at times and she's to herself at times, but I think that's a good thing because if you watch Rarity Takes Manhattan, her generosity got taken advantage of. So honestly, I could see why, she does this at times, because if you're too generous, you get taken advantage of, and everyone can agree with me on this one. Alright, the next one is, let's see, I've said Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Rainbow Dash. I gotta talk about Rainbow Dash. Honestly, Rainbow Dash is a character I do like. As a matter of fact, I draw some similarities to her when I was younger, when I was a teenager. But, not one of my favorites. Rainbow Dash is my nephew's favorite pony, but not mine. I do like Rainbow Dash being a tomboy. You would think, oh, Rainbow Dash, she must be feminine. No, she's a tomboy. A lot of people don't realize that there are 2 tomboy characters in the show. Applejack and Rainbow Dash. And I kind of like it this way because an all-feminine cast would kind of get annoying after a while. But then again, that's my opinion. I'm pretty sure someone else could go against me on that one. Rainbow Dash I like a lot as a character because she has a lot of development and she's a very loyal character. I mean, she's the element of loyalty, for Christ's sakes. But she's a very loyal character. She's very loyal. She's very, nice to her friends and to others. I mean, Season 3, Season 4 proves this. And she has weaknesses. Like, in Season 1, she had stage fright in one episode. Like, she was so afraid of failing. She was so afraid of completely blowing it that she just, let her emotions go haywire. And I can relate to this in many situations. And I think everyone else can. Because, come on, guys. Really? I'm pretty sure the first time you were called up to do a speech at the auditorium, or to do a meeting, or something like that, and you were the center of attention, yeah, you'd be nervous too. And that's being honest. That's what I mean. Like, I like how characters have weaknesses. I don't like characters who have no weakness. I mean, honestly, that's boring. The 5th character is Fluttershy. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what's her personality like, and the first 2 don't count. Yes. Fluttershy is a shy pony. This is proven in the first episode of Season 1. She is very shy and to herself, and she is very quiet for some reason or another. She is the element of kindness, so yeah, she's one of the kindest ponies there. And she's very to herself and stuff like that. But then again, when her friends are in danger or something like that, she ends up... yeah. If you've seen the episode Dragon Shy and the episode Best Night Ever, you would see that Fluttershy has a bit of a temper on her. I think she has a bit of a temper on her, because in Dragon Shy, when her friends got messed with, she freaking flipped on a dragon. When the animals would not be her friends, she flipped in putting her hoof down. She was on a freaking hair trigger the entire episode. Really weird to have a character that's supposed to be kindness and to have her like on a hair trigger like that. But then again, I kind of see why they did that. But then again, that's kind of cliched in some cases. Yeah. Not one of my favorite characters, to be honest. So, let's move on to the final character, which was the main focus of Season 1, Twilight Sparkle. Twilight Sparkle is actually my favorite character in the entire show for multiple reasons. One, she's an egghead. I love reading books, so I haven't read books recently, but yeah, I used to love reading books when I was in high school and stuff like that, so yeah, I can relate with that. She cares about every little detail. Oh, hell yes, am I like that. If you've seen any of my videos, if you've watched me long enough, or even seen my tweets, you would know I obsess over every little thing. I triple check everything. I triple check my plans to make sure that it would work. And if it doesn't work, I end up flipping at the end of the day. Going ah! That's what Twilight does in freaking Lesson 0. She's very organized. I'm pretty organized myself. Okay, that mess back there, that's not mine, before you say. But, I'm very organized. I can keep myself organized pretty well. I mean, my YouTube videos prove this. So I'm pretty organized as well. And not to mention that she's pretty hardworking. I can be considered a hard worker in many cases, but not in all cases. I mean, I'm pretty lazy. But I still try to work hard in most of my situations. Honestly, she's the most relatable character of them all to me, and that's being brutally honest. So that's why she's one of my favorites. And not because she's a freaking alicorn! She was my favorite since Season 1, so really? You can't use that argument on me. Other than that, I'm pretty sure you're going to ask me, what's my order from least to favorite? I'll say it right now. From 6 to 1. From 6 to 1, it's going to be Rarity, Rainbow Dash, Applejack, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, and Twilight. Pinkie Pie is one of my favorite characters because I love her zaniness. But honestly, you get what I mean. I just explained every character in the show, and that's the thing. I love their personalities. I love how they play off of each other, and I like their episode focus. Especially some of the other episodes, which are the CMCs. I'm not going to explain them, but I'll, give you clip notes. The CMCs, or the Cutie Mark Crusaders, are 3 fillies, which are kids, basically, who are trying to get their cutie marks. If you want to know what a cutie mark is, watch the show. Do that. Because, honestly, I'm not going to get into that. But, basically, they all met up, and they wanted to try to obtain a cutie mark together, so they created this group called the Cutie Mark Crusaders. It's composed of 3 characters who are basically... 2 are related, one's not. Apple Bloom is related to Applejack. Sweetie Belle is related to Rarity. And Scootaloo, we've never really gotten any information on parents or anything like that. But she has taken Rainbow Dash as a sister in some cases. Which is proven in Season 3. But anyways, that's one of the other reasons why I like this show. The characters, and you pretty much know my order of why I like these characters. So finally, what else do I like about the show? Honestly, I love the fandom of this show. The fans of this show are really cool people. I mean, I don't know any of them personally. As a matter of fact, I only know one person. I only know a few people in the pony fandom who are friends with me. No one famous, but just a few who are in the fandom. I made my friend Jesus a Brony. I made my friend Jonathan a Brony. I made my nephew a Brony. I've only So basically, I know a couple, but people that I know other than my friends, well, a guy on Twitter called the MLG Brony I know, and that's really the only person I know, and my freaking phone won't shut up. Yes, I just did that. I just slammed my phone. Basically, I don't know anybody famous, but I do know most of them, like AC Racebest, Jax Blade, Josh Scorcher could be considered in many cases, Voice of Reason, Anthony C, Brony, Brony Curious, and other people. Like, the list goes on. There's like a list of people in this fandom, and every single one of them have their own, area, either as an analyst, an art lover, a music maker, or otherwise. I'm kind of one of those people that sit on the sidelines. I've considered doing My Little Pony videos for the longest by creating a new channel and stuff like that, but I don't think I can hack it. I really don't think I can hack it. Yes, I'm very good with analyzing. Yes, I'm good at getting my thoughts out. Yes, I'm good at explaining things, but I got no art skills, so I can't make my own OC. Could probably use Ponymaker for that, but you get what I mean. And honestly, I don't have the same editing capabilities as them. Half these guys got at least good editing software or halfway decent editing software. I'm not going to insult anyone. I don't know what editing software they use. I don't know what half of them use, but you could tell the difference in quality in some cases. Me, I use Windows Movie Maker. That ain't going to be enough to do My Little Pony stuff. Like, honestly, so I can't do it. But anyways, that's another reason why I like this, the fandom. There's so much fan art, so much fan fiction going around. There's so much fan-made stuff. Like, if you've seen some of the fan-made toys made, the fan-made stuff made, hell, there's even conventions all over the place. I'm going to Big Apple PonyCon. You got BronyCon that happens in Baltimore. You have Galacon that happens in Germany. Like, you have all these conventions. Like, that's the thing. This fandom is massive, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Granted, I'm not an active member in the fandom. Like, I didn't join any forums or anything like that. I'm really hesitant on doing it because I'm already a part of 4GC, and I have my YouTube career to worry about. So, I don't know if I'll have time. But, yeah, the fandom makes some great stuff. Like, they made some of my favorite animations, like Snowdrop, Ponies the Anthology, and other stuff like that. I don't watch too many pony videos, fan-made videos or anything like that, but the fans are one of the things I love about the show as well. So that, honestly, those are most to all of the reasons why I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It's a great show, and it has a lot of cool things to mess around with. Not to mention that it actually pokes fun or does homage to many movies and stuff like that. Like in one episode, Mystery on the Friendship Express, they did an homage to 80s, or was it 60s? You know those black and white movies? You know those black and white movies with no audio and it had like just subtitles whenever the person talks, like that, and then subtitles come up? Yeah, one of those. They had a James Bond reference, which I freaking loved. I'm a big spy fan. I'm a big espionage fan, so yeah. And they had a Kill Bill reference. Yeah, they had a Kill Bill reference. In Season 4, I've seen a Rocky reference. I'm not even kidding. They did a Rocky reference. So yeah, there's a lot of references that you could probably relate to, and it actually makes a lot of sense in many areas. And plus, the characters are relatable depending on who you are. I mean, like I said, the most relatable to me is Twilight, and the least relatable is Rarity. So honestly, that's why, my list went the way it went. But otherwise, it's a great show, and I'm going to continue to watch it, especially since Season 5 has been announced and confirmed. So, what else can I say? But I'm glad to be a Brony. I'm glad I'm watching My Little Pony, and hey, let the good times keep rolling, right? Alright, guys. Wow, I talked for a long time. 29 minutes. I did not think this would last this long. Oops. Well, anyways, guys, let's get to some updates. This Friday, I will be uploading Dark Souls. We're approaching the end of the Dark Souls playthrough, if you want to know. We're approaching the end of the Dark Souls playthrough, so I think we've got about 2 more weeks worth of videos, and then that's it. Dark Souls is over. I will be uploading the last of my Condemned videos because I have to record more Condemned, but like I said, my video projects are on hold until February. So I'm probably gonna have to figure out something else for Sundays. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I always do. And Saturdays I won't have it. And Saturday I won't have anything either. So Friday Dark Souls. Sunday Condemned. I don't know what I'm gonna do once Condemned is out. And and Tekken is still not in the area. Oh, quick reminder. February is fast approaching. And as y'all know, in February, Fable Anniversary comes out. And I will be buying Fable Anniversary. So, yeah, I will be buying Fable Anniversary. And I will be doing a playthrough of Fable Anniversary on my channel. I have a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do. And I have a couple of constraints that I'm going to be putting on me. But, other than that, there's not much else I have to say. Friday is Dark Souls. Sunday Condemned. Not much else for me to say. I mean, I already said everything what I needed to in my, me talking about how I became a brony and stuff like that. I hope you did watch that entire thing, because if you had curiosity as to why I was a brony, hopefully now you can see why I like this show, and, maybe you'll go check it out yourselves. I'm not gonna, forcefully tell you, go watch the show, go watch the show, what are you doing, go watch the show, go watch it. No, I don't do that. I recommend it. I mean, honestly, if I had to put the show on a scale of 1 to 5 on my recommendation, I say 4. It's not a perfect show. There are a couple of bad episodes, and there are a couple of problems with it. But it's still worth your time. Like, look at the Avatar series. It didn't start off very great at the beginning, and it did pretty well going through the rest of it. Every show has a rocky start, but every show deserves a chance. Like, take my word for it. Give the show a chance before you crap out. And did I mention that John Delancey does a voice actor in Season 2? Yeah, John Delancey, the guy who does the voice of Q in Star Trek. They got some pretty good voice actors, that's for sure. Well, anyways, let me get off that topic since I already talked about it. So anyways, guys, thank you all for listening to me talk about why I became a brony, or if you just skip to the updates, thanks for watching and, paying attention for my updates. So, guys, until next time, I'm Keen47, aka Wolfkeen. If you have any questions for the next episode of Wolfkeen Talks, leave a comment below, and I will answer it next time on Wolfkeen Talks. So until next time, take care.